Once upon a time, Norway was a force to be reckoned with in European football. But for over 2 decades, the Vikings have been watching from the sidelines, absent from the biggest stage of all, the FIFA World Cup. Now, with a new generation led by the phenomenal Erling Haaland and the creative maestro Martin Ødegaard, Norway is dreaming again. A new era is dawning, one that could finally end the long wait and bring the nation back to the tournament it has been missing since 1998. Let's journey back in time to understand Norway's brief but brilliant World Cup history. Their debut was way back in 1938. As underdogs, they faced the reigning champions, Italy, and nearly pulled off one of the biggest upsets in football history. The match was a nail-biter stretching into extra time before Italy managed a narrow 2-1 victory. Even in defeat, it was clear that this small Nordic nation had immense heart and an unyielding fighting spirit. After that flash of brilliance, a long, quiet period followed. For 56 years, Norway couldn't find its way back to the World Cup. It seemed their moment had passed. But then, the 1990s arrived, and with them, a football revolution led by coach Egil Drillo Olsen. His style, famously known as Drillo football, was direct, disciplined, and incredibly effective. It wasn't always pretty, but it got results. Olsen's tactics shocked the footballing world, and Norway qualified for USA '94, marking their return to the global stage after more than half a century. The momentum didn't stop there. They did it again, qualifying for France '98, and it was in France that Norway etched its name into World Cup folklore. The date was June 23, 1998. The opponent, the mighty Brazil, featuring superstars like Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Roberto Carlos. The stage was set in Marseille, and for most of the game, it seemed Brazil was cruising to victory after Bebeto scored. But in the final 10 minutes, something magical happened. The Norwegians, with nothing to lose, mounted a stunning comeback. First, Tor-Andre Flo rose to head in a powerful equalizer. Then, in the dying moments of the game, Norway was awarded a penalty. The weight of a nation fell on the shoulders of Kjetil Rekdal. He stepped up, cool as ice, and sent the ball into the back of the net. The final score, Norway 2, Brazil 1. It was an unbelievable victory that sent Norway into the round of 16, their best ever World Cup performance. That night is a memory seared into the minds of every Norwegian football fan. But after that incredible high, the silence returned. Year after year, qualification campaign after qualification campaign, Norway failed. The heroes of '98 grew old, and the golden generation faded away. For more than 2 decades, the nation has been waiting, hoping, and dreaming of a return. Now, fast forward to today, the hope that once seemed distant is now brighter than ever, resting on the shoulders of 2 extraordinary talents, Erling Haaland and Martin Ødegaard. Haaland, a goal-scoring machine for Manchester City, is arguably the most lethal striker on the planet. His combination of speed, power, and clinical finishing is a nightmare for any defense. Alongside him is Martin Ødegaard, the captain of Arsenal and the creative heart of the Norwegian team. His vision, passing, and leadership on the pitch are world-class. Together, they represent the most talented duo Norway has ever produced. Yet, even with these superstars, the path to the World Cup has been frustratingly difficult. In the qualifiers for the 2022 tournament, Norway came agonizingly close. They had the talent, they had the chances, but a series of costly draws and a final day loss meant they missed out once again. Fans were left scratching their heads, asking the same painful question: how can a team with Haaland and Ødegaard not make it to the World Cup? This time, however, something feels different. There's a new sense of maturity and balance within the squad. The team has learned from its past mistakes. It's no longer just the Haaland and Ødegaard show. A new wave of exciting young talents like Antonio Nusa and Oscar Bob are adding explosive speed and flair on the wings, giving the team more attacking dimensions. Meanwhile, seasoned veterans provide the experience and stability needed to navigate the pressures of international football. The squad chemistry feels stronger, more unified. The road to the 2026 World Cup, hosted in North America, is well underway, and every single point is crucial. Norway finds itself in a tough European qualifying group, battling it out with other strong nations for a direct ticket to the tournament. The margins are thin, and there is no room for error. With key matches on the horizon, the objective is simple: win. Anything less could jeopardize the dream once more. But recent performances have given the fans genuine reason to believe. The team has shown resilience, putting in strong displays, especially in their home games in Oslo, where the roar of the crowd creates an intimidating atmosphere for visiting teams. And with Erling Haaland in blistering form, scoring goals for fun at both club and country level, the impossible suddenly seems possible. When he is on the pitch, you always feel that a moment of magic is just a second away. For Norway, qualifying for the 2026 World Cup would be about so much more than just participating in a football tournament. It would signify the revival of a national football culture that has been in hibernation for a quarter of a century. It would be a moment of redemption after so many years of heartbreak. It would unite a new generation of young fans who have only heard the legendary stories of '98 but have never had the chance to see their own flag, their own team, on football's biggest stage. It would inspire countless kids across the country to dream of becoming the next Haaland or Ødegaard. And let's be honest, if they do make it, Norway could become one of the most exciting dark horses to watch in 2026. Not just because of Haaland's incredible goal-scoring prowess, but because of the powerful story behind their journey. The story of a nation's long-awaited return, fueled by a generation determined to write their own history. From Oslo to Bergen, from the deep fjords to the northern lights, the Viking spirit is stirring once more. The belief is back, and maybe, just maybe, this time, Norway will finally complete its return to the World Cup. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Can Haaland and Ødegaard lead Norway back to the World Cup? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. See you next time.